Hey guys, Countess here with you again, and I wanted to make a short video, just highlighting a subject that sort of branches off of my last video, when we were going over the footnotes of chapter 38, and the footnotes, that is on page 174. I will reread it. It says, leading up to the big happening, the global revolution utilizes a series of chaotic events until those going through the chaos will cry for new order. Those chaotic events are already occurring and will continue to do so until the transformation is complete. David Rockefeller said, "We are on the verge of a global transformation. All we need is the right major crisis, and the nations will accept the new world order. Mankind will be provided with whatever level of crisis is required for the conquest of the world." So this, my friends, this whole New World Order business, it stems from a philosopher and his ideas, and his principle is called the Hegelian dialect. And basically, the Hegelian dialect is it's where the ruling elite creates a problem, anticipating in advance the reaction of the population to the crisis, and thus conditions the people to call for change. When the population is properly conditioned, the desired agenda of the ruling elite is presented as the solution. The solution they present is not intended to solve the problem, but to serve as a basis for a new problem, or exacerbate the existing one. When the newly created problem reaches boiling point, it becomes the foundation for the people to clamor for change again. This process is repeated over and over, all the time moving society towards whatever endpoint they have in mind. The basic principle of the Hegelian dialect is problem, reaction, solution. So basically, the controllers are controlling both sides of the coin. And this too plays into the concept of duality. You have a problem and then you have a solution. They're two opposing forces that create this reality for us. And it definitely is a philosophy rooted in duality. And it's hard because when you understand the principles of the Hegelian dialect, you can apply it to the real world, and you can see plainly that we are all being played, just like pieces on a chessboard. The Freemasonic black and white checkerboard chessboard. And the elite basically moves us around like we are, we have no minds of our own, and that we need to have their options for us to survive. But I think all of us listening and here know that that's a bunch of bullshit. But, you know, if the pandemic hasn't shown you that this principle is, in fact, very active in our society, in our reality, I don't know what could make you realize that this principle is being executed on us. I will take 9/11 as an example. So a lot of people think that the government created that crisis of 9/11 in order to gain, in order to take away citizens' basic rights, rights to privacy, and it, in the name of protection, in the name of safety, in the name of homeland security, we allowed the government to impeach on our personal lives. And that is a perfect example of the Hegelian dialect. They created this problem of terrorism, because there always has to be an enemy out there. There always has to be something that will distract the masses from what is really going on. And what's really going on is that these agendas full of the Luciferian doctrine are being pumped down our throats on a daily basis. And this is just another part of that phony reality that we live in. You know, it is like a paradox. In all chaos, there is a cosmos. In all disorder, a secret order. Carl Jung said that. And so, you know, it's chaos, order out of chaos. And that is actually on the back of the American dollar bill. Where if you look at the pyramid with the triangle, the eye and the triangle at the top, and it says in Latin, "Annuit coitius novus ordo seclorum." That is order out of chaos to make the new world. These are, and don't even get me started on the rest of the symbology of the American dollar bill, because it is heavily rooted in symbology that I construe as lesser magic. And in my own personal beliefs, I believe that symbols contain power. You know, otherwise, why would the elite have to speak in symbols? You know, esoteric language is very, very deep intellectual language that you really do have to have patience to learn, basically. So I just wanted to touch upon this because it's exactly what has been going on and what is going on and what will go on. And it really does feel like we're living in George Orwell's 1984, you know, where war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. They're the opposing forces, the duality between all of these words create inversion, basically. So again, it goes back to the whole Saturn worship and inversion of social norms, inverting values, inverting morality, inverting the whole of society and its consciousness. And it is leading us to a 1984 type state. And Aldous Huxley, in his Brave New World, said, "Most men and women will grow up to love their servitude and will never dream of revolution." And yes, A Brave New World is technically a work of fiction, but Huxley was part of the elite. Huxley spoke about the elite's plans and just like in memoirs, wrote it off as fiction, because they have to tell. That's the thing with these people. They have to tell us the truth, but not directly. They tell us the truth through symbols, through masterful speaking, and through fictional stories. It's called predictive programming. This is what conditions the human mind to accept these ideas that come down the pipeline later on in life. So I just really wanted to touch upon the Hegelian dialect right now, because I didn't go over that last night, and it was kind of eating at me after I published the video. So again, very kind of short video this morning, but it's a very, very important principle / philosophy that we have to be aware of in life. And you need to know strategies of these crazy maniacal elites. And it is. History repeats itself over and over and over. And that is another thing that Huxley said. Men do not learn very much from the lessons of history. And that is the most important of all of the lessons that history has to teach. We never seem to learn. We seem to forget all of the horrors that came before us. We tend to think that we are more evolved as a species now, and that we couldn't revert back to those, the old ways, basically. But no, this is it's all relative. And so I wanted to highlight the Hegelian dialect because it has everything to do with what Memoirs is talking about. It has everything to do with the global agenda. It has everything to do with the programming and conditioning of the human race. And it is so. The very, very end of it all, we can create a global community with one religion, one government, one sort of ruler, and become a true universe. Universe is one song, one truth. And it just, again, it's wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. Always. This cycle is always on. And it's time that more people gain awareness of these principles that are being executed in reality. So yeah, just wanted to highlight on that quickly. So I will wrap it up. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, morning, whatever time it is that you're watching this. And thank you for watching this. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.